you see technical difficulties?
Yes. Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. And this is another one of our on-location
That's right.
deals in...
At our typical on-location deal.
Our Starbucks Broadcasting Company. Oops. And here we go.
Here we have a telephone call. There we go.
Here we go.
From our producer at the studio.
Here we go.
See? And our intern is helping us off to the side,
Yes,
too.
off to the side.
Yes, our intern.
All right, okay.
Okay.
One of the things on tonight, we'll start off, today was another one of those days that is just ugly. There was another fatal crash this morning, this time on Parrots Ferry Road. And there was a young woman, her name was Deidre Donovan Blood. She passed away at the scene, and 26 years old. She has 2 children. She's from McCollum Hill, and her parents were, let's see, parents are,
let's see here.
Richard and Margaret Blood.
Yes.
And
there we go.
And Richard and Margaret Blood from McCollum Hill was her daughter, 26-year-old, 2 children that we know of, and our thoughts and prayers out to the family. And this is one of those ones that was entirely preventable, and the fact that it's wet roads. It was just a little bit, tiny bit too fast on wet roads, got into opposing lanes, and that was it. And our thoughts and prayers to the family. We have more details on the site if you choose to look at them.
And it was on Parrots Ferry Road.
Parrots Ferry Road,
Moaning
just
Cavern
past
Road.
the Moaning Cavern Road, right in there.
Exactly. And it was a 31-year-old man from Standard.
Yes.
Who was actually driving on opposing traffic. And there you go.
There you go. And so this is the the third fatality in, 5 days?
5 days, exactly.
And,
yes, 5 days. So we don't want to see any more of these, quite
so
frankly.
the roads are slick. Stay on your side of the road. And
and it rained today.
It did.
It rained all over. And
it was. They even had a little bit of rain up at Bear Valley because it was actually, this started out as a little bit of a warm storm, but I think the storm door is open.
Yes.
So that's
absolutely. And the storm actually, obviously, in the northwest up there, they've been having terrible storm fronts. Up there. So.
Not that we want that level of storm, but a little bit of that storm activity would be nice down this way.
And also, Board of Supervisors met today, first meeting of December.
Yes.
And we thought they might be taking the whole December off, for holiday, vacation, but that was not the case. Our elected officials are hard at work. And it was a little bit of a light meeting today, though. And our new reporter, Bethany Monk, actually covered it for us. And one of the things that was approved was a resolution establishing the Probation Youthful Offender Block Grant Program Designation Fund. And also, let me see if I can get this right, Lynn Norfolk, Calaveras Treasurer Tax Collector, she announced that property taxes are due on Monday, December 10th by 5
That's
p.m.
exciting, isn't it?
Yes, so you can pay them over the counter if you like.
Great.
Yes, in San Andreas. So that's basically what happened at the Board of Supervisors today. There were a couple of closed sessions, or 3, I should say, closed sessions, and
any exciting stuff on those closed sessions? Doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't look like
and
it.
We'll
Also,
have the,
though, go ahead.
We'll have the full video up tomorrow evening.
Yes. They also did the contract between the Sheriff's Department and the Angels Camp PD as well.
For the
For
typical
dispatch services.
They renew it every year.
Yes. Some of you may not know that there's a lot of interconnectedness between law enforcement and fire safety officials and fire safety people, organizations, and that's how they serve the county. So there you go.
And I wanted to, and a part of this, since we are at Starbucks, there's probably a little bit of background noise here. And just want to say
you might like listening to the background noise a little
better
bit
than
more
us.
than us. Yes.
The General Plan Roadshow is continuing on. Last night, was Murphy's.
Yes.
So, and then also tomorrow night is the Town Hall in San Andreas.
Yes.
Town Hall San Andreas tomorrow night for the next phase of the General Plan Roadshow. And they're also having it to where they're having bus schedules.
Yes, they are.
So you can actually ride
bus service
the
to
General
these.
Plan update bus.
That's right. That's right. And San Andreas tomorrow night. And let me get this up because...
Okay.
And then Copperopolis on Wednesday night at the Copperopolis Armory from 6 to 9 p.m. Ooh, Valley Springs.
Hey, here we go.
On the 10th from 6 to 9 and West Point.
Sorry, I'm turning your
the-
volume down there.
Yes.
There we go.
He's doing something
She's playing
with the
video
computer.
there.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
There
It
you
just
go.
went on automatically.
It did.
I didn't even touch anything. December 12th, 6 to 9 p.m. at West Point Elementary School. And these are a little different from the regular planning sessions in that they're taking more public comment, aren't they?
And you can tell it's kind of, the first sessions were a little bit casual. These are a lot
these
more.
are a lot more. There's an
They're
agenda.
getting it done. They're getting it done.
And there's it's a little bit of a different organizational structure, and you can actually go onto the county website or the community development department, and you can see what the agendas are for each of the meetings.
For each meeting.
Yes, so that's a very cool thing.
And a little bit back on traffic.
Yes.
A little bit back on traffic is today was just
It
wreck
was-
central.
absolutely.
It was just, in a little bit, this morning, and we'll go back, let's see another one where, Highway 26
There's just
and
a stack
Milton
of
Road.
them.
There's just
There's
a stack
of them here.
Typical wet weather.
Yes.
And we'll go from one end of our coverage area basically to the other one. And this
Yes.
morning, at Highway 26 near Milton Road, there was a overturned vehicle and a 48-year-old Valley Springs woman overturned on the road, wet
Yeah.
conditions.
Speeding.
Right shoulder flipped over, and this one is actually flipped over as well.
Yes.
And complaining of a complaint in the neck, and was transported to Mark Twain St. Joseph's Hospital.
That's right.
There
for
was
treatment.
another one up in Bear Valley at Highway 4 and 207 that turn off there for to go up to the resort. There was another accident, injury accident up there as well. So today was basically
And also last night at Hartfixon Lane,
yeah. Now this one's kind of interesting.
a vehicle hit a power pole, and actually PG&E had to actually shut off the power to be able to fix the problem. But it severed the pole at its base.
And the interesting thing on this one is they hit it hard enough to sever the power pole
Yes.
and start a spot fire, but they were nowhere to be found.
When they
left on foot.
left on foot. Yeah.
So there's still nobody around. So that one was
Yes.
So I guess in some ways, if you hit it hard enough,
Yeah.
in like a little Chevy Cobalt, it was a small
yeah,
vehicle.
that's what it was. Yeah.
To shear it off, and you're able to leave the scene.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
You're
Kudos.
doing pretty good.
Exactly.
It's,
You're not doing too badly.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
That's right. So there was a little spot fire and power outage, and that was on PG&E got the power restored by noon.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing.
Also upcoming this weekend, a little bit of a lighthearted blurb.
Yes.
Is this is back up in Bear Valley. It's the big Ebbets Pass Historical Association Winter Sports History Night. Should we
History
say
night.
that 5 times in a row?
Oh, let's not.
Okay. The reason why we brought it up, though, is this has a local tie-in because the honoree for this year is Maury Rasmussen.
Oh, wow.
So that in honor, so I'm sure most of the Rasmussen family will be up there. The Angels, pretty good Angels camp contingent up there this weekend.
Yeah.
But Maury Rasmussen will be honored this Saturday night at the Ebbets Pass Historical Association's Winter Sports History Night.
They
So
had,
we were
they had
really.
another one of those in the summertime, didn't they?
I don't know.
I don't think they honored anybody,
They
but
didn't
I
honor
remember
anybody?
us talking about it before.
Okay. But that's coming up this Saturday night up in Bear Valley. And they're going to be open and skiing starting on Saturday.
They will. And the Devos program is slated to start this weekend as well. So if you're still thinking about getting your child into the developmental program up there, it's a good thing. And they still have space.
And we don't have our screen behind us tonight to show you pictures, but last night was the Angels Camp Business Association's Petite Tree Auction and dinner at Greenhorn Creek. And we have some nice slides that Bethany took up there. And so they have, they have the whole tree auction.
Yes.
Do you know any more about that?
I don't actually.
See,
I didn't hear a lot
I'm
of
not much
it
of a
today.
society guy.
Yeah, well, neither am I. That's what you hired Bethany for, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
She's plugged into the whole social scene.
And also, since there's quite a few people around that have a few sniffles, a few sniffles, a little bit of stuff. And this is from WebMD that we thought was kind of. Grandma was right. Now, the reason we thought this was kind of a little bit newsworthy is they did a study of dextromethorphan and honey back to back, and the honey beat it.
Yes, as far as calming a cough.
Yes, in a blind study, and I think there was other reasons rather than just the texture. They were saying it's some of the actual compounds in the honey, which I thought was kind of a fascinating thing.
Yeah. Well, they say actually chicken soup really does have ingredients, or they're not chemicals, but natural items in it that actually help to cure a cold. Chicken soup.
And on another traffic one, these are.
Now,
this
John
is one of the
hates
ones
these ones.
last night.
See, I like these ones. There's cows in the road. See, last night on Little John Road, there was a cow.
And this is interesting. It's 6:15 last night. It was reported there was
non-injury collision.
And the question I have is non-injury to whom?
Who exactly?
Yes,
the cow.
Because if it was vehicle versus cow, I'm sure the cow was like. This is.
I bet you the vehicle got the short end of the stick with a cow in vehicle. Exactly. And then last night as well, actually, large black bull.
Yeah, just a couple hours later.
In Paloma Road and Campo Seco Road.
Now, if you're a CHP officer and there's a big black bull, what do?
You stay in the vehicle.
And call animal services?
That's right.
Is that you stay in there and call animal services?
That's
okay.
right. That's right. Except once, I have to tell you this little story. I was house sitting once when I lived in the Bay Area, and some cows broke into the yard. And I called animal services, and they actually stayed in their vehicle.
Animal services did?
They did. They did not want to deal with the cows.
Why?
I have no idea.
I mean, did the cows have horns? Was it a...
No, it was just
a cow?
There were quite a few cows out there, actually. It was like the whole herd came in and was eating the yard.
It's funny, growing up on the farm, I was actually... I don't know why. I was...
Well,
horses,
you had that whole hammer bull thing.
Yeah, but horses always bothered me more than cows.
Why, because they're smarter?
I don't know. They can kick you. Cows
could kick you too.
Yeah, but it's not. The velocity they kick just isn't the same.
Isn't quite the same.
Most of the cows, they got to look at you and go after you. They're not going to be.
They want that eye-to-eye contact thing going on.
Yeah. They want to look at you, then run over you.
Okay.
Yeah. So at least you know what you're dealing with.
That's right. That's right. With horses, it's a little different, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's maybe.
I don't know. They're all big to me.
Yes.
That's all I know. I'm a cat person myself.
Now, upcoming this weekend, I know we're going to do our weekend update piece tomorrow night, but what's what's coming up?
We have the Murphy's open house on Friday night.
That's right. That's
which is a big deal, where they close the road in Murphy's, and all the businesses on downtown Murphy's open up their doors to the public, and they serve treats, and there's music and parades and all sorts of fun stuff. And he's over here doing some with the computer. Also, Christian Family Learning Center is having their annual production, and this year it's the S-Files.
The S-Files.
And they'll be having their production at 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock on Friday and 1 o'clock on Saturday.
And for those of you who can't make it or want to see what they do with these, they do a great production.
They do.
We will be webcasting the Saturday performance. So if you want to watch a bit of that, or if you're a grandparent of a child or something
And you're
can't make it to the area,
exactly 100 miles or more away or less.
you can watch it right
it
from your PC.
That's right. That is right. So those are the sort of the two big events that are happening this weekend.
Yeah.
And I found there's some interesting state news actually today. Pledge of Allegiance and God We Trust cases to be heard in San Francisco.
Really?
AP
Ninth
story.
Circuit Court?
Yep.
Oh,
the
boy.
lovely Ninth Circuit
Yeah.
Court. An atheist seeking to remove the words under God from the Pledge of Allegiance and U.S. currency is taking his arguments back to federal appeals court. Michael Newdow, a Sacramento doctor
There we
and
go.
lawyer, sued the Elk Grove Unified School District in 2000 for forcing public school children to recite the pledge and says it's unconstitutional. And there was actually something else in here, if I can find it. There we go. There we go. Boxer says she'll back Farm Bill if it helps Californians. Now, there's
Yeah.
an about face right there. And
Now, what is in that farm bill?
there's apparently a lot of little things that help small farmers.
Okay.
And she said she would only actually support the Farm Bill initially if it helped the subsidized cotton and rice growers. But now apparently she's broadening her scope.
So is she like vegan or something? She doesn't want to support the animal.
I don't know. I don't know. We don't.
I think we really went off topic
I
there,
really
didn't
don't
we?
know what
Yeah.
Barbara Boxer's culinary expertise is.
Just kidding.
Exactly. Let me just go through here because this was new tax suggested to prevent wildfires. This is from San Jose Mercury.
Yeah.
6 weeks after wildfires touched hundreds of homes in Southern California, Santa Clara County officials are waking up to a sobering reality. They don't have the resources to inspect some of the county's most fire-prone land, and that's pretty much how it is across the state.
Nobody has any money?
Nobody has any money. Are we surprised?
Yeah. Now, what's Garamendi? See, the local angle.
That's right. Asks
Our
agency
part-time
to detail
county
spill losses.
resident.
Yes, Contra Costa Times. Lieutenant Governor John Garamendi, chairman of California State Lands Commission, directed the agency Monday to swiftly gather information needed for a detailed lawsuit against those responsible for last month's oil spill in San Francisco Bay.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, sort of a little tidbit on this. Apparently, the mayor was told that it wasn't a big deal, and he actually went to Hawaii.
Oops.
He went on vacation. They
Do you think
told him,
that-
they called him up and they said, well, Mr. Newsom or Mayor Newsom, it's not a big deal. We're just going to clean it up.
Do you think the staffer that told him that is probably...
Oh, who knows? He was trying to get rid of all of his staff a while ago.
Yeah, go ahead and go on vacation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
no
yeah,
big
just
deal.
go to Hawaii. It's not a big deal,
It's
yeah.
not. No big deal. All right.
Okay.
Should we touch a little bit on national
A
stuff?
little bit on national
All right.
stuff. That's good.
And it looks like this race in Iowa, at least on the Democratic side, is basically it's
It'll
almost
be
a pick 'em.
interesting. It is.
I mean, it's basically
It'll be interesting to see how it lands, actually. 'Cause
and this is going to get
Hillary's to lose.
and this is going to get really ugly because there's probably little dark, dirty secrets on both sides or behind.
Everybody has those, though, now.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's...
There's one headline here that caught my eye. It was basically from one of the candidates says, "I know what you did in kindergarten." So
Can you
that's
imagine?
taking it back
That
to
is
a level
a
of
childish level, quite
yeah.
frankly.
So if you have to worry about what you said in kindergarten, then
Well, that'll
that's-
be... Yeah, that's interesting, to say the least.
I mean, I don't know what do you remember what you said in kindergarten?
I don't remember kindergarten. I do know we took naps, though. We were allowed
Lots
to take
of
naps.
naps.
They don't take naps anymore in kindergarten. They actually sit there and learn. But we took naps. Did you take naps? Did you go to kindergarten?
I still like to take naps.
You still do. When you get a chance, you get your little mat out and you just, take a nap. Sure.
And I induce naps in other people because our audience is sleeping
we
now.
just lost you.
Yes, they're sleeping
we know
now.
that. We know that. Although
All right.
apparently Bill Clinton is upset with the way that the press is handling Hillary.
Why?
Apparently, he's just upset about the media coverage.
Because they're not being nice right now? Is that
Possibly, yeah.
Because she was just the anointed one that was supposed to...
Yeah, she's supposed to slide up
Sail
there in the
on
rankings,
through.
and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens in Iowa.
And also, if you're catching a little bit of national news, Don Imus was back on the radio.
Yes, yes.
So we'll see what his ratings do. You know, I never was really an Imus fan before.
I'm not an Imus fan
I bet I
either,
haven't.
so
I haven't heard more than 20 minutes of Imus in my whole life.
I don't even think I've heard that much.
And didn't he, when he did the White House Correspondents' Dinner, wasn't that kind of a...
Apparently that was not a good thing.
That wasn't a good thing, yeah. If you recall it,
To say
kinda
the least,
led
exactly.
balloons. And also the other good thing is there's nothing to worry about in Iran anymore, right?
Yeah, so they tell us.
So they claim that all progress on their nuclear arsenal and everything else was halted in 2003?
That's what they say.
So, nothing to worry about.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's what they say. So, back to holiday news, though. Local holiday news. Jenny's Kitchen, Jenny Baxter, has an article on the site for holiday beverages. Hot buttered rum. Have you ever had hot buttered rum?
I have not.
Me neither. Okay,
I probably
eggnog.
should.
Homemade eggnog, which is sort of a cool thing to know how to do if you run out of the store-bought variety. And then a cranberry sparkler. So there's all sorts of little stuff on
And the
site.
Murphy's Historic Hotel on Friday, October 7 is having their open house specials. They're going to have in the lobby complimentary snickerdoodle cookies,
Oh, very nice.
hot apple cider and hot cocoa, and enjoy the wood stove. And if you want to go in for dinner, they're having roast duck, venison, and cured ham.
Venison.
Yeah.
Wow. He's laughing at venison.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And we know what
Let's see
Sarah's
we got
pulling
going
up.
on.
Going back to a little bit of national news is
are, and I
Charlie.
can't.
Isn't it Chu? Was it Charlie? What's his name? Okay, well the fundraiser for Hillary was indicted today, and
That's
this
right.
guy was.
He was in Orange, quite frankly. And I lost the story.
We
actually.
lost it.
I went to international. Oh well.
See, we're running two laptops, but if I touch the laptop that I'm using,
That's
our
right.
feed will crash. So we don't want that.
$60 million fraud scheme. And,
60 million?
and making illegal donations to U.S. political
Wow.
campaigns. So, that's interesting. A few years ago, there was some connection with the Chinese and
Yeah, there was
illegal
lots of
donation,
stuff.
but they
Well,
were
you
never
can-
able to prove it.
You can see why they. I mean, think about it. If you're the if you can if you can influence an election or win friends and stuff like that, and you're the Chinese, which are our largest trading partner, why wouldn't you?
That's true. That
mean,
is
it's-
true.
Not that they should, but
No, but that is the culture, I guess. Actually, I was looking for oddly enough after we talked about the.
just oddly
There
enough
was
stuff.
some interesting. This was interesting about the nativity scene with Red Bull in it. Did you read
No.
about this? Apparently, Red Bull had put its Red Bull can in a nativity scene, and there was an Italian priest who was very upset about that and requested that they take it out of the nativity
That
scene
kind of takes product placement to
a new level.
to another
A
level,
new
doesn't
level,
it?
exactly. The Italian priest said it was disrespectful of Christianity, so so they took him right out of there.
She do the product placements, even yeah.
Yeah, Well, it
Now,
is. If we put Red Bull here,
Now, if you look
it wouldn't be.
If you think about Red Bull's slogan, though, right?
It would be a bull in the manger, right?
No, it has the whole tie-in.
What's the tie-in?
It gives you wings.
Oh, see, I was thinking of the bull in the manger is what I thought. You know,
No, 'cause you
it's
remember-
farm animal, Red Bull.
I mean,
in the
think about
nativity.
the whole Red Bull advertising
wings.
slogan. It gives you wings. So if it's in the okay, all right.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
just-
we
we
better
better
go to.
we better leave that one alone.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly.
Yeah,
We better
okay.
go to weather, actually.
And we have some.
We do. We sure do.
Arnold, Mostly cloudy, 45 degrees. High of 58 tomorrow, 40 is a low, 40% chance of rain on Thursday. Thursday night, 70% chance of showers, 60% chance on Friday, and 20% chance on Friday night.
Wow. And I'm going to go to Murphy's because I know
Okay.
you love Bear Valley.
Got it.
Murphy's, Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 67 degrees. Thursday, 30% chance of rain with a high of 57 degrees. Friday, 60% chance of showers likely with a high of 55 degrees. So if you go to the Murphy's open house on Friday night, bring your rain gear.
Bring your rain gear.
Yeah.
All right. Bear Valley, low of 35 tonight, high of 50 tomorrow, 27 Wednesday night, back into snowmaking temps. Thursday night, 60% chance of snow. Thursday night, 70% chance of snow. Friday, 70% chance of snow. Friday night, 20% chance of snow. And for opening day, mostly
Ooh,
sunny. So it looks like we got
Nice.
snow leading up.
Snow, and sunny.
And sunny.
So it'll be nice.
So,
That'll be nice skiing weather.
yeah.
Angels Camp weather, Wednesday mostly sunny with a high of 64 degrees. Thursday, 30% chance of rain with a high of 54 degrees. And Friday, 50% chance of showers with a high of 52 degrees.
And if you're curious, the Ebbets Pass is closed beyond Lake Alpine.
Yes.
And since I better not do a search on mine, well, we'll do a Bangor, Maine, see if we don't blow up.
Okay, we'll see if we blow. While you're doing that, Copperopolis weather, Wednesday, high of 65 degrees, sunny. Thursday, chance of showers, 55 degrees. And Friday, another chance of showers with 55 degrees.
Bangor, Maine, it's currently 27 degrees and snowing for our friends in Bangor, Maine. Tomorrow on Wednesday, you have a 27 degree high, a 13 degree low, 25 degrees and 10 on Thursday, and 30 on 17. It's actually warmed up a degree.
It's warmed up since yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, because they were actually projecting 6. So, I mean, 10 is relatively balmy.
It is. It's very warm.
Compared to 6, you're just...
It's like going on vacation in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Valley Springs weather, Wednesday, high of 63 degrees. Thursday, 54 degrees. And Friday, 56 degrees.
And since we're on location, so we don't have our normal buffer, you'll probably start leaving us on cable here in another minute or so.
That's
so
right.
we'll just basically talk our way out. So we'll say our goodbyes. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good night.
Appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully tomorrow we won't have any more traffic incidences like
we did today.
So everybody stay on your side of the road, drive slow, because
Be careful.
especially for your family members, it is Christmas, so you don't want to have incidents like that
Around.
near
Well, you
Christmas.
don't want them anytime.
No,
of the
not
year.
anytime. But and our thoughts and prayers go out to the family in
families.
McCollum Hill tonight.
Yes.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Is there any other national stuff we can
Actually,
chat about here?
you know, there was an interesting...
Oh,
The teddy bear teacher is back in Britain.
I was terrified.
But I'm sorry to leave Sudan.
That's probably the
So-
understatement of the. That's
Yes,
probably the.
exactly. But you remember part of that was the student said that he wanted to name his teddy bear that, and so the student was actually sticking up for the teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was interesting.
And what was the other thing I saw? It was kind of
Did you see this one? ABC News put stems in drag.
but they just did the old
Yeah,
Photoshop
exactly.
thing.
Yeah, they transferred over Hillary in Obama's clothes and Obama
Barack
in
does
Hillary's
make a pretty
clothes.
woman.
Oh yeah, I
Not
guess
a-
he would.
not a bad looking-
Not a bad looking.
not a bad
woman.
looking girl.
Yeah. And yet another year where baby Jesus is stolen from the nativity scenes.
Maybe he just. No, I won't go there. No more about Red
Just
Bull or.
rose from the dead or something.
No.
Rose from the creche.
No, Red Bull. He had
Yeah.
Red Bull and it gave
him
the
wings. Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
make that
See,
connection.
that was the
Yeah.
wings thing.
Yeah, the
See?
wings thing. The wings thing. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. I think that's about it for us.
it is. Thank you very much. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night.